Hey everyone, what's up? Gary Simon of Coursetro.com, and today we're going to be checking out Crello.com, which is this video's sponsor. And while this is a sponsored video, I will never ever, as I've always maintained, take on a sponsorship of a product or a service that I completely do not believe in. And that is completely not the case, of course, right here. I definitely think this is going to be a tool that a lot of you can benefit from. So it's basically an easy-to-use design tool for creating stunning visuals. So you can use their free templates made by professionals and customize them for your own projects. So let's say, for instance, you have your own business and you're not a designer, or you're not yet a good designer, and you want to really maintain a professional-looking web presence in terms of your marketing. This could be your Facebook posts, this could be Instagram, this could be YouTube, etc., etc. This could be print. And this would be a great service for you to use for very cheap. And because I'm going to show you very shortly, they have a ton of templates that are completely designed by actual professionals. There's other services that do the same thing, but it always looks like the templates they offer look like they were designed by somebody who was either blind, 5 years old, or just never really was a designer in the first place. So they're really professional and modern looking. And also, to give myself sort of a challenge, I'm going to see if I can design one from absolute scratch using their UI design tool. So I'm an Adobe guy. I'm familiar with that. But can I design something good? We're using an interface that I really haven't used very much ever in the past. And of course, I think we know the answer to that, because if you're a good designer, you can use any software. All right, so check out the very first link in the description here to get started with Crello, and let's get started with the tutorial. All right, so here I'm at Crello, and once you create your account, you can get started creating designs right away. And you can search right here through keyword, but you can also scroll down to choose a format for your project. So the first thing that you'll notice, we have these tabs up here: social media, promotion, office, or web. When you click on it, it'll just scroll to the different areas that you have. Now, when I initially scrolled through these, I was checking out just the overall design of these examples, I was pretty much blown away. I mean, a lot of these services like Crello that offer, sort of templates or whatever, like 9 out of 10 times they're just generic. They look clip arty. These are well designed, and they clearly have either a designer or a bunch of designers who know good design fundamentals. So if you're somebody who doesn't really design well, but you have your own business and you want to do social media marketing or web marketing of any sorts, and you want to have that professional look, then of course you want to start with one of these templates. Now, these in and of themselves aren't templates. These are just categories. So for instance, if we're looking at Facebook, we can see we have a bunch of templates that will work in the context of a Facebook post or a Facebook video cover or a Facebook cover here. So when you click on one of these, you're going to gain access to a ton of templates that fall within that specific sort of specifications, like a Facebook event cover. So just to check one of them out, for instance, we'll take a look at other social media, like YouTube channel art. So when we click this, we go into this new user interface, and this is where you'll spend the bulk of your time. And if you don't want to start off, obviously, by scratch, then you can choose one of these templates right here. So for instance, if we choose this one, it's going to show us exactly what it's going to look like. And a lot of this is editable, which I'll show you in a second. And you could just click on these just to go through them and see, if you like them, if it's, a good starting point for your project. For me, if we click on, say, this one, you can click on pretty much any element and it is editable. And you'll know it's editable based on the little module that shows up here. And this has all your text options. Of course, if you select text, you can change it all up. Hey, hi. That's the best I came up with off the top of my head. I'm an idiot. And you can see all the typography options are here, but we also have a little bar where you can choose control transparency. In this case, you can move things front to back. You could duplicate and delete. Now, if you select certain images, this will change up your UI where you can change other properties. You can also flip these types of elements. You can select the background, for instance. This is an image, so it has different effects that will apply to it. Very, very cool. So yeah, it's all editable. So what if you wanted to design something from scratch, which I'm a designer. I wanted to see if I could show you guys if I could design something that looks good using a tool that I haven't really used very much in the past. And of course, the answer is going to be yes. And that's the importance of understanding good design fundamentals. So in doing so, I'll try to describe what I'm doing in terms of a design fundamental aspect, but also show you how capable this app is, even if you wanted to design something from scratch using the tools that they have. All right, so what I'll do is first, I'm going to select everything and delete it. So we have a blank slate right here from which we can go. The first thing I'll do is come over to backgrounds, and you can see the backgrounds are split up into different tabs at the top. We have photos, patterns, colors, and uploads. I think, yeah, let's scroll down here. And it's an infinite sort of scroll, so they'll keep on loading as you go on and down the line. Let's see patterns. I think I want to do a pattern instead. So I think I'm going to go with this one right here. And when you click it, it's automatically going to place it into the entire background based on the artboard size that you have chosen. And for some of them, it will allow you to change the individual colors where it says object colors right here. I'm going to leave that there for now. I kind of want to just have a background and then kind of maybe like an inner rectangle that is just white. So for that, we're going to go to objects, and we can just click on this free box right here. And I'm going to get it positioned up where we have an equal amount of white space from the container, but a good amount just so you can still see some of the background that's available. So let's get this position up here. And then just push this up. And that looks pretty even, just eyeballing it right around there. All right, next up, let's make it white. All right, so now we can just barely see this background right here. And we're going to frame some stuff in the middle. So I want a photograph, I think, on the left side, and then we'll have some text-based content on the right side. So let's go ahead to photos. And you can see that this has a gallery of, some of them are paid, like $1 a piece. Some of them are included in a premium membership, as shown here. And then you can go to free photos up here as well. I'm just going to choose one of the categories, like beauty. And yeah, I'll use this one. All right, so I'm going to get this placed into basically right where the container begins. And you can see when you push it over, it will outline that container, and then we'll scale up. So it's taking the whole left side like that. All right, so now I'm going to put some text over here somewhere. Text, very simple. You can add a heading, subheading, body text, or photo-based text. I'm just going to choose add heading text. So I'm going to say learn something. All right, and then of course, as always, as you know I'm going to do, you know it, I'm going to choose Montserrat. And of course it is right there. Thank God. I don't know what I would have done if it wasn't there. All right, so we'll say 22, no, let's go to like 18. Also, you can change the font size easily with this little slider right there. Let's move this up. And I think I'm going to go a little bit trendy. We're not going to stick this over here in its own container. We're going to have it overlap, which you can do that as long as you still have good contrast on the right and left side or whatever it's overlapping. This works. You can still easily read, learn something. All right, so next up after that, let's do another... No, actually, let's do something that's kind of like a graphic design element that's a secondary thought. In these, it'll be maybe some sort of line or something like that. So we'll go to objects here, and there's a bunch of different objects. A ton of them are, almost all of them are free from what I see. And you can just scroll through, you know, what you want, or you can choose icons, which there's a ton of those. You can choose illustrations. You could choose lines. Let's see here. There might be a line that I want. Yeah, one of these would work. I just want to check out some of these. Frames, stickers. Oh, and masks is really cool as well. I think I'll demonstrate that after I do the lines idea. So coming back here to lines, what is this one? I'm just going to check this one out. So it's just like a graphic design element that you can add into your image. So what we could do, I suppose, I just kind of want to make it white, I think. I only want it to show up in this section. And it just kind of adds just an extra flair, kind of sticking with the theme of the background. Just squiggly lines and Bezier curves. I think I like that. Let's also continue. I wanted to show you the masks thing. This is real cool. So these are masks, and let's say I chose this one. Notice there's like an image in it, and that's because you can specify your own image that you can place inside of this predefined mask, as it's called. So photo, like if I want to put the photo in here, I just put it right over here. There it goes. And it shows right up. So that way you have just an extra option to showcase images instead of just it being a rectangle of some sort. I'm not going to use that though. I'm going to go straight back to text. We're going to add a body text, and I'm going to type in start using design course today and stop being such an amateur. Start taking yourself seriously already. Okay, so I already had that kind of that paragraph typed up, and I'm going to left align that. And let's see here. We have Open Sands. Let's get that back to Montserrat real quick. Where are we at? Yep, very Montserrat. We'll take down the size. Let's see here. Line height, definitely want to increase that so we can read it easier. That looks pretty good right there, actually. Let's do another type element, and it'll be heading, and I'm going to make big old quotes basically to wrap it around that element. So we'll just take this. Let me zoom up here so I can grab this a little bit easier. There we go. We'll put that right there. We'll take down the opacity or the transparency, and then we will duplicate it. We'll drag it over. Oh, stop it. There we go. Put it right there. Let's reset that to 100%. All right. I might want to move these just a bit over more. Okay, so quick tip, don't select it and then try to move it. Just select it and move it like that first. There we go. All right, and yeah, I actually kind of like this. If you take all three, you can hold shift and move them around like so to get it centered up. And this is pretty much all I want to do. Now, I think this background right here is a little bit too, it's coming out too much. It's taking away from the core content. So we can change these colors individually. I kind of want to make it just grayscale, I think. So what we'll do is I'll take the white background and we'll make it kind of gray just to dim it out a little bit. There, we can already see this as a more solid container, the white portion, because we've created contrast around the entire thing. This looks pretty good already, but yeah, let's just go ahead and make it a little bit more monotone in a sense. Actually, that looks real good right there. Let's see if we do this. There. I actually kind of like that. And there we go. I think that's a pretty solid design from scratch, completely using this tool, which is obviously very capable. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to check out Crello.com, which is this video sponsor once again. Without the sponsors, I wouldn't be making my YouTube videos. And of course, also, I really believe in them as well, because as you saw, the designs are top notch. All right, so check out the first link of the YouTube description, and I'll see you guys real soon. Goodbye.